Good Wednesday morning. I'm Dwayne Nelson. Election officials in Southwest Virginia describe the turnout for this year's election as good. In one of the most hotly contested races, longtime 38th District Senator Democrat Philip Puckett won over Republican challenger Adam Light. He says the negative ads by the other side simply didn't work.
I think people of 38th have said two things. We can win without negative advertising and campaigning, and secondly, the 38th senatorial district's not for sale.
Republican Bill Carrico won the 40th District State Senate seat, replacing Bill Wampler, who retired. A shakeup in Washington County, Virginia, has Republican Nicole Price defeating incumbent Democrat Dennis Godfrey for Commonwealth Attorney. David Henry was elected Commissioner of Revenue. Fred Parker was chosen Treasurer. And Israel O'Quinn won a seat in the 5th District House of Delegates. Things back to normal today at a Bristol, Tennessee oil company following an explosion at that facility. It happened yesterday around noon in the refinery plant at Necessary Oil on George Avenue. Preliminary investigation suggests the fire was caused by vapors that are pulled off the oil during the refining process. The first ever nationwide emergency alert test, or EAS, set to take place later this afternoon. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is using a code for an actual emergency, so the text at the top of your television screen may indicate that an emergency action notification has been issued. Officials want the public to know this is only a test procedure. It will happen around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Attorneys for Unicoi County Sheriff Ken Harris have filed a second motion in criminal court requesting charges be dismissed against their client. That request claims there's a defect in the institution of the prosecution and the presentment of the case. Harris was indicted on 6 counts of official misconduct, tampering with evidence, criminal simulation, theft, and attempted aggravated assault. The sheriff is scheduled to make an initial appearance in criminal court November 22nd. 3 Sullivan County men could be facing up to 6 years behind bars after allegedly being involved in dogfighting. Van and Travis Trent, along with Alex Thurston, were indicted by a grand jury. Trent faces 16 counts of animal fighter. His father, Van, is charged with 11 counts, while Thurston is facing 13 counts. Meanwhile, the Trents are also facing felony charges, which include child abuse, child neglect, and endangerment involving a separate case. 17-year-old volunteer high school student has been suspended indefinitely and is facing charges after allegedly making threats about bringing a gun to school. Another student tipped off school officials after the alleged threat was made by text and on the internet. The boy has been banned from school buildings in the county. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security Commissioner paid a visit to driver service centers in East Tennessee. Bill Gibbons talked with employees yesterday on how to improve operations and wait times.
I know a lot of people are concerned about the amount of time they have to wait in our driver service centers, and we're working very hard to reduce that wait time. And part of that is talking to employees and getting their input on that.
Another topic is providing folks with voter IDs. This past Saturday, they had over 600 citizens show up at 19 service centers. Gibbons visited the service centers in Sullivan, Elizabethton, Johnson City, Greenville, and Morristown. They will be open the first Saturday of each month through March for voter ID information only. I'm Dwayne Nelson. Have yourself a great Wednesday.